Your theory about them not invading Karg is being echoed on OSINT Twitter. So Cappy Army at first confirmed my theory that the U.S. Expeditionary Forces will invade Keshem Island instead of Karg Island to open the Strait of Hormuz, secure the airport, land heavy equipment, then invade the mainland, advancing both east and west along the coast of Iran.
They're targeting here for 3 strategic reasons, I think, that we'll get into. First, because so far, the main weapons that Iran has managed to hit commercial oil tankers with are short-range unmanned surface vessels, or USVs. They're cheap, and they work against targets that are naked and defenseless. According to naval expert H.I. Sutton, he believes these seaborne drones are responsible for most of the damage done to tankers in the contested waterways so far. But these weapons have the downside of needing to be launched from close proximity near the shores. Take a look at this section of the Strait of Hormuz here. Notice how there are multiple tiny islands. You've got the Hormuz, you've got the Lakark, and most importantly, the Kashem Island. This is where the headquarters of the IRGC's deep underground bases are located, and it's where they launched these attacks from. Why do they need to hit from close range? Because oil tankers move at about 18 miles per hour or 30 kilometers per hour, which sounds very slow, but it's fast enough that they're difficult to target from long range. The reason for this is Iran lacks GPS guidance, and they lack the type of sophisticated seekers for hitting moving tankers. There is a misconception that Iran is blocking the strait when it's more accurate that they're simply making it too dangerous to use for ships aligned with the United States. If only 3% of Iran's munitions hit ships, that's still too high of a risk for commercial shipping to accept. These munitions are depending on old school radio waves, basically. It's a cheap, dirty, effective method, but it forces the IRGC to get into a close range fight. Strategically, what that means on the bigger picture is that the US military doesn't need to clear the entire country of Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The US needs to clear a threat of about 300 miles or 500.
Oh shit. Bro, I didn't realize it's that simple, dude. That's crazy. Yeah, also, where are they staging? Fucking Djibouti? Like, where are they staging? So they have to fly over Yemeni territory? Are they gonna, like, where are they going to deploy the troops from? Are they gonna come in for the water? How are they holding the position? I just don't understand. They're just gonna clear 300 miles of coastline with 300 miles of mountainside right on top of that coastline. Mathematically, at the current rate of progress, it would take Russia approximately 568 years to conquer this much area in Ukraine. Stage in Fujairah and take rowboats over. Bro, Iran's air force and naval force are gone. We can station underwater and in the Sky City. I don't know. I mean, look, America's offensive capabilities are pretty powerful, right? That's true. But at the end of the day, my assumption is that they're not going to leave the strategic choke point unguarded, right? And not only that, but also, I just don't understand how you hold an area like this. And if you invade, but you can't hold, that means you're just invading and throwing bodies into the meat grinder. You're just literally dumping American Marines into the pile. What do you do in that? Like, you can't do Russian style conquering, right? Like America's actually never done that. I mean, Israel will certainly never do that. I don't even think America has enough manpower to do that. I'm expecting massive air coverage just to help the Marine carrier get close enough to start deploying the IFVs. That island is the perfect beachhead. Smaller battalions of ground troops can stage with little guards since NATO will be emboldened and rally to flank Iran from the east by sending 1,000 Afghan soldiers. Checkmate the IRGC. Ryan Ruth, did you get out? Ryan, is that you? You mean to tell me there's 1,000 NATO-trained Afghan forces waiting to go? Ryan, I feel like military action of this sort is going to absolutely lead to Iran damming the living shit out of the Strait of Hormuz immediately, and then completely not only dam the Strait of Hormuz, dam other parts of the Gulf as well, rendering commercial traffic unusable, or damming. I keep saying damming. Sorry. Mining. Yeah, damn it. They're going to dam it like beavers. I apologize. This is going to cause Iran to mine the shit out of the Strait of Hormuz. But they're not going to stop at mining the Strait of Hormuz. They're most likely going to mine other parts of the Gulf as well. They got tactical beavers. And then they're going to make it impossible for there to be any commercial traffic in the Gulf at all. And then also on top of that, they're just going to dump loads of missiles on whoever tries to touch soil on Keshem, on the island. All of this, of course, once again, leads to the question, how do you hold it? Or rather, how do you create a direct supply line to this potential forward operating base that you set up?
Kilometers of coastline and roughly 35 miles inland to control the Strait of Hormuz. And this is because if you look at the topographical map of Iran, a steep mountain range begins once you go a little bit inland from the strait. This geography makes it difficult to launch line-of-sight attacks from here. Question is, why doesn't Iran just sit back and launch long-range attack drones at the strait from 500 kilometers away? For example, Iran's Shahed attack drone has a range of over 1,000 kilometers, 620 miles, but they would have a very difficult time targeting commercial ships with these that are on the move. And this is because Shahed drones are mostly only effective against a fixed point. Shaheds are programmed to hit a static location like a building in Bahrain that's not gonna get up and move anywhere. Most Shahed attack drones cannot guide themselves onto a moving target. What that means from a tactical perspective is that it narrows down the amount of possible locations where the IRGC can launch attacks against the strait to this kill box.
Haven't they actually hit ships with Shahed drones before? Am I crazy? These people are high on crack. Keshem Island is bigger than Okinawa, which took 3 months, 184,000 troops, and 12,500 killed in action to take. And Keshem is in fire control range of countless Iranian missiles and drones dug into cliffs and caves for hundreds of miles back from Keshem on a 270 arc. I just don't foresee this being a successful military operation at all. Maybe America will surprise me, but America has surprised me thus far, but not in the way that favors America. Like, I've been surprised with the overall incompetence, and I clearly overestimated American capabilities. And I wasn't exactly fond of our capabilities to begin with, but it was worse than I thought it was, right? And this is already a spectacularly stupid plan to try and pull off. There's no doubt they can pull off a landing and defeat conventional forces, but any kind of occupation will be a disaster. Yeah. Like, what's the plan here? This can only happen if you have a clear-cut plan of like just doing permanent military occupation in Iran. Otherwise, you land there, you kill the forces, and then you just eat missiles for the rest of time until every single boy and girl from Iowa is dead. What are the troops going to do? They land, they kill the forces on the ground, they take control over the island. Okay. Before they land, Iran has already started mining the strait because they're already moving these troops in this position, right? They mine the strait, they mine the rest of the Gulf, different parts of the Gulf as well.